So the purpose of this video is to review the METRIX dashboard and more importantly, how we leverage this on a daily basis to monitor the performance of our launches. Operative word is daily, because even if you're not making changes daily, you still want to keep a pulse on what's actually happening, especially as it relates to sessions, pay-per-click, keyword rank, etc. So this is some fake data that we've just kind of compiled here for this actual cooler that we hypothetically launched. But basically what we're going to want to do after we've initialized that original METRIX setup in that previous video is on an ongoing basis for a launch every single day, we're going to want to sync new data as we get it. So you're going to want to come to the settings tab every single day during a launch. You're going to want to go to METRIX, and instead of the onboarding section, we're going to go ahead and just do these 1, 2, 3 steps here. So we're going to go ahead and download the BSR and ad reports. So it's a lot less volume than what we did originally. And instead of downloading a 30-day report, all we need to do is download a 7-day daily ad report. And then we would go ahead and upload that to our Google Drive folder in the new section. For that one, we're going to go ahead and download the business reports. If we're doing this every single day, all we've got to do here is just download the last 3 days, so it's way less work than before. So it's basically those 4 files that we need to upload into the Google Drive. And once that's done, we basically just hit the daily sync. And then on a daily basis, literally in like 3 minutes, it's going to spit all that new information in. It's going to give you all of your new data here. The other thing that you can do too is go to your Helium 10 tracker and download that CSV for today's date, upload that, and then that will give you the daily rank tracking here. Just for simplicity, I've just dragged one whole thing of data, but obviously you'd have different ranks on every single day. A couple things that we're really going to want to pay attention to during our launch. First of all, I'm less kind of concerned about all this profitability and ACoS and all that kind of stuff, because that will come with time once this product matures. I'm really looking at the daily movements in both things that are good signs, and I'm looking for any red flags as well. So first of all, what we really want to look at is the sessions. So what is happening with the sessions? How many people are actually coming to your listing on a daily basis? Again, with this traffic flood that we're looking to achieve, we want to make sure that we're maintaining healthy sessions. Because again, even if they don't convert, it's going to help us index, and it's going to help us send signals to Amazon that this is a product worth rewarding with organic rank, especially when we talk about external traffic and all of those other strategies. So I'm really going to be watching this. I'm going to be looking at, hey, what's the trend line here? If I'm coming along here and then all of a sudden I've got 5 sessions, like something may be up. If I start to see this going up a lot, that could be a good sign. From sessions, I'm kind of looking at the units per day that actually sold, as well as the correlating conversion rate here. This will just tell me, hey, am I getting any sales? What's my conversion rate like, etc. If I start to see really low sales or a dip off and the sessions isn't the problem, that's an indication that something's going on with the conversion rate, which means I might want to look at my photos, I might want to dig into my pay-per-click and just understand what's happening there. On a related note too, if we're getting no sales, we really want to closely watch the pay-per-click conversion rate and seeing what's happening there with sales. We're going to want to see how many of our units of the overall is coming from pay-per-click. Obviously, over time, we want to see more and more sales generate from organic versus pay-per-click. But in the first early launch period, we're probably going to get a lot of pay-per-click conversions. Then we're going to be looking at ACoS and tacos. I think during launch, if this is over like 100%, that might be concerning and worth digging into. Or if I've got poor conversion rate, I might want to look into that. Or for specific actual terms, if I all of a sudden have started to see my improvement happen with the keyword rank, and then all of a sudden it takes a nosedive, and I see that with one of these words here, I can then go into my reports and start to dive into that specific word on pay-per-click and seeing if that's something I need to make adjustments to. So it's really about looking at sessions first, seeing how that's correlating to sales and what your conversion rate is, keeping a pulse on what your pay-per-click performance is and how that's changing over time, and then keeping a tight pulse on this organic rank tracker here for the top 25 words that matter. And just seeing, are we indexing initially, and then after we index, are we starting to see that movement that we like to see? If we see dips in keywords, we can go back up to the stats above. We can start digging into ad reports and see if there's anything specifically happening with those specific keywords. We're going to want to do this at least daily for the first 30 days, although if you've got the time to do this through the first 60 days to really optimize and manage that honeymoon period, that is the ideal strategy. But the key point here is that we're not just sitting on our hands. We don't just post and pray. That's not what we do. We post it, we watch, we may make tweaks to our various traffic strategies, to our pay-per-click bids, things like that. We're closely watching to see if positive outcomes are happening. If they're not, we're going to see that in the data. And when we see that in the data, it gives us things that we can diagnose, fix, and adjust. which is what we're going to get into next, is to how to troubleshoot launches that are not going as expected.